just a short view of this. My sister, who was divorced, my father had deceased, and my sister lived in our family home and was taking care of my mother, who had some physical ailments, and it was working out great for the family. I mean, my sister lived in the family house. She took care of my mother, took care of my sister. It was just terrific. And my other sister and I it was working out well. Till that one night in September, 8 years ago in 2008, in which I got a phone call in the middle of the night. I was the principal at Eisenhower Junior High School in Darien at the time. And I got a phone call in the middle of the night from my mother saying, your sister had suffered a fall, and she had a cut on her head. What should I do? And it was a family house in Westchester. And I said, well, she doesn't seem to be, she was kind of unresponsive. I said, well, immediately call the ambulance. Call the ambulance, get the fire department over there as soon as you can. Then I called my other sister and said, do you want to meet them at the hospital, or do you want me to meet them at the hospital? And my other sister said, I'll take care of the situation. You're working tomorrow morning, so it's about 1 or 2 in the morning, so you take care of it. You go back to sleep. I said, fine. So my other sister was going to take care of it. Well, what happened, let me just give you a little background, is my mother lived on the first floor of the family house. My sister lived on the second floor of the family house. And my mother, after the 10 o'clock news, which was her habit, they watched the 10 o'clock news together. My mother said she was going to bed. My sister said, I'm going to do some laundry. So she went upstairs to retrieve laundry. We don't know exactly what happened, but the laundry basket was at the top of the staircase, filled with laundry. So we surmise that she got her feet tangled up on the stairs as she was going to take the laundry down to the basement, and tumbled backwards down the stairs and hit a wall, which made her a quadriplegic. So I get the phone call from my other sister at Loyola Hospital that the fire department would take her to Loyola. Although my sister was a veteran out of high school, so she was an Army vet, and normally she got her treatment at Hines Hospital. They took her to Loyola because it was a trauma center. So I get a call from my sister and say, you better get over here. This isn't a cut on the head. So I immediately drove to Loyola Hospital. I was met in the emergency room by 2 neurosurgeons who said, we have to do surgery right now or your sister's not going to live and your mother can't make a decision. So you sign off on this right now. And by the way, the chance of her complete survival are 0. That she's going to have a serious life anyway. So, now you're in a situation, do you sign off on this, knowing that information, or do you just let God take its course? I couldn't do that, so I signed off on it. They saved her life. She was at Loyola Hospital for 6 months maybe, and then they transferred her to Hines. Now Hines Hospital and the VA gets a lot of bad raps, but they do have one of the few spinal cord units in the United States at Hines Hospital. So we were very fortunate in that regard. They saved her life also. Now, about 3 months, they're going to release her.